start her up. Okay, we're rolling. Okay. I mentioned crushing the bad folks. Who are these bad folks? Well, now we meet the oligarchs and the political economics of exclusion, as well as the progressive-led genocide. When was the last time you went to a really good party? One in which stuff happened. Stuff like Karen, your sister, getting onto the cheer squad. Stuff like you somehow ending up on a date with the same cheer squad's vice president. What happened here? Well, first, because you are connected to yourself, you are an individual who had too many tequila and lines at that party. A party where your date with the lead of the cheer squad began less than 10 minutes after your friend, who knows your sister, pressed on you a little bit too much tequila. A party where 2 hours later you woke up on a bed, all hot and bothered, but can't remember what happened. So what did happen? The friend you share with your sister is an in-between person, a member of your gaggle, as in gaggle of geese, and your sister. You and your sister share a gaggle through your mutual friend. Notice that you have a strong suspicion that Chicky Poo from the cheer squad has just joined your tribe. It at least seems that way because she keeps leering at you in that most peculiar sort of way. You share weak ties with people of any format, as well as entities like videos of Jenna Marbles on YouTube, not the actual Jenna, but her videos, and systems like, for example, your go-back offshore debit card, or your membership in a 24-hour gym. Members of your gaggle don't have to be people because you can bond to anything. Just ask any addict who can bond to anything, not just people. You share strong ties with members of your tribe. Tribe does not have to mean family or country or company or church. Tribe is anyone you take a bullet for. What does that mean for you? It means your sister pimped you out. Notice that at the party, there are many gaggles, as in gaggles of geese, once again. Gaggles do arbitrage, market making, and technology escrow to trade risk for profit. Notice that this is the social life every high school student wants. That's why we have parties. Parties are just assemblies of space, time, material, and intelligence for trading risk for profit. Karen wants to join the cheer squad, a well-known matriarchy, and risk clarification of her outsider status if rejected. So she trades her brother, a very human thing to do, in the form of a date with the cheer squad lead. Voila! Chicky Poo has another notch in her belt, and we see another example of risk trading, aka pimping, in action. Am I boring you? Seen another way, you were in one phase state, similar to ice, before the party, and then you made the phase state transition because of stealthy, agile, lean, exponential operations to a second phase state, where you slept with the cheer squad lead, in which you were more like water, or was it tequila? Those stealthy, agile, lean, exponential ops, very similar, if you think about it, to special operations or spec ops, are the disruption, aka phase state transition, that set you up to be rearranged, a la Limp Bizkit, in a recombination called the high school party. The collective state of the connections between the people like you, like Karen, like Chicky Poo, and entities like the bedroom and systems, like that bottle of tequila and that innocent-looking line wedge right over there, make up a phase that is disrupted. Disrupt that, you create a new phase which behaves very differently than the previous phase. That's why your underwear were backwards after the party. So does the cheer squad look like anyone you know? Actually, they do. They're called the oligarchs. Oligarchs have a strategy of manipulating fractals, connecting space, time, material, and intelligence for their profit and your loss. Kind of like your lost virginity. This means the oligarchs, aka the elite, the 1%, the banksters, whatever, break connections between people for the elite's own profit and for your loss. You lose, they win. Until you understand what they're doing and start doing it yourself to build a tribe of your own. Am I boring you? Right now you're thinking the oligarchs are a tribe. So are you. Even if there's only you, which or who chooses yourself as an equal, thereby connecting yourself to yourself, making you an individual. The difference between you and the oligarchs is that they have better leadership than you. How do I know this? Because the world is the changes the oligarchs want to see, not what your tribe wants to see. The bankster oligarch tribe, a specific kind of oligarch, always gets what they want, like a $2 trillion, trillion with a T, dollar bailout for the banksters, and a much bigger bail-in, which will steal money from your bank account to pay for their debt. You get none, of course. What you get is an unending slavery to your country's central bank to pay for the bankster's debt. For the next 100 years, your taxes, your children's taxes, your grandchildren's taxes, etc., will go to bail out the banksters every single time their bets fail. Because the banksters buy the politicians you elect. And the politicians say, bail out the banksters because they're too big to fail. Question, are you too big to fail? Will you get bailed out if you make a bad bet? Nope, not a chance. So what about the changes in the world you want to see not happening? Just like Ducasse Park. There's no complaints department to even hear what you're saying. The only time they pretend to listen is just before an election. Then after you've voted the bozo du jour, or bozoette, into office, they'll have a beer, and they'll totally forget you. Really, they will. They already do. Which means that if you play by bankster-approved rules called mockingly democracy, genuflect, when you say that, you are guaranteed to lose. So build your own tribe instead, and play by your own rules. That begins with following the simple advice that the slave only dreams to wear the crown. If you dream of being one of them, with a capital T, whether it's being on the cheer squad, or being in politics, or a bankster, or whatever, then you're a slave. That, incidentally, is why you often get 90% of the way to success, and then suddenly you can't see the finish line. So who moves the finish line? The banksters and their slaves, called the politicians, move the finish line. It's like a high school party where you get pimped out, but you get nothing in return. So right now, banksters are raiding the tax receipts of the Western world to pay off the banksters' debt, and they get free money. Whoa, free money? What free money? Tell me more. The banksters and their politician friends keep interest rates on what you have in the bank so low that when they, not you, they, go to borrow money, the bank actually pays them. Because friends of banksters get negative interest rates, the bank actually pays them. Notice you don't get the special deal. That's because you are part of the 99%. Only the 1%, the special people, get this special deal which never ends, which you are paying for. This is called the interest rate apartheid wall. They use their stolen money to attack you, like in Ducasse Park, and with TV, and more TV telling you how it's all your fault, and with promises of easy bank loans, but where you never actually get to borrow any money. After a few years of this, you could very well end up in jail for rolling a joint. Criminal, you! Then your career prospects would be making women's lingerie for a certain company with pink buildings and whose initials are VF for 29 cents a day. Voila! Your face state transition to slavery has begun. But wait, you say, good guys, good girls like Hillary Clinton will save us from the evil banksters. Praise Jesus. No, they won't. It was Billary who shipped your jobs to China, wasn't it? 14 years after that textile company left North Carolina. Not much of a hero, I would say. Sounds more like the opening round, as in 1.5 billion hollow point rounds purchased by Homeland Security, as an example of progressive-led genocide. This really shouldn't surprise you. Billary's great friend, Nelson Rockefeller, is on the record as saying the Earth should only have on it 100 million humans. Could that be the number of banksters on the planet? After all, just counting humans, there are, 7 billion humans on Earth right now? So what to do with all that unnecessary surplus of humans? Genocide, made legal by good old Bill, who is an oligarch.